We're all familiar with the story in the 90s of how pokies were used to bring punters down to their local, and in more recent years how karaoke and cover band nights were becoming more and more popular, where people just want to go down into their local, have a drink and hear the music that they know.
It kind of spells out the demise of the local music scene, in that we've had all these constant problems over the years of just these fake entertainments that are destroying any chance of original bands being successful.
Well, for me, I go to the pub, and I go down to see somebody who knows what he's talking about, somebody who lives life, somebody who has experiences, he wants me to tell him about, and I'm ready to listen. Cover bands and pokies, and it's all the same thing, it's bright flashing lights.
But a new growing threat to our local music industry may be greater still, with Guitar Hero nights popping up in bars and pubs all across the nation. It may well be the final nail in the coffin of the struggling local music industry.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder if bands like, you know, the Cold Chisels of the world, or In Excess, or Powderfinger, these, you know, great performing Australian bands, if they had to go through this sort of thing, I mean, they would have been affected by the pokies and all that sort of thing.
This seductive mistress combines the flashing lights and pretty colours of the pokies with the drunken spotlight and centre of attention of the karaoke and the familiarity of the cover band, and must be stopped if our local music industry is to survive.
I don't know, it just seems like a real joke. Just showcasing all these talentless people who don't do anything more than just click a knob, competing against people playing video games as a live entertainment. You know, it doesn't make you feel good when you know that people would rather see people's up there, you know, clicking buttons and playing a video game rather than watching a real band sing real songs about their own feelings.
It's pathetic. It makes me sick to my stomach.
But the threat doesn't end with our local pubs and bars. In the last few months, the Guitar Hero epidemic launched its war on what most would think would be our final safe haven for local live music, with Guitar Hero street buskers.
Yeah, well, I've been busking for about 5 years. I mean, around these streets, and it's been a pretty good source of income for me over the years. But when you rock up, you know, at your favourite busking spot, ready to make a day's pay, and you end up with this sort of thing happening, I mean, it you know, really makes your heart sink, thinking that you're going to lose your money to someone with a piece of plastic in their hands.
Like, I'm out here, I can't get a job, you know what I mean? I'm not cut out for that. So I play music and I make money from it, and that's how I earn enough money to buy some food so I can survive for the next day to play some more songs. But now I've got to compete with guys with plastic guitars, and that's not fair. That's really not fair.
I was on my way down here in November, I think, last year. Spotted the first one of them up near the station. Didn't mind it too much then, you know, wasn't it around my spot, didn't think he'd last very long. I thought it was a bit of a novelty. I would have laughed as I walked past. Didn't really believe that anyone else would think anything of it. When I first noticed them around, I had no idea that it would last this long. None of us did.